Hey guys, what's up? It is Naruhai. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and make sure to watch till the end for the secret keyword. Anyway, let's get with the video. Anlin, a teenage boy living in the middle of a bustling city, brings a cake to his late mother's memory plaque to celebrate. Anlin tells his mother happily that he is celebrating because tomorrow he'll be enrolling into the most awesome local sect in their city to become an awesome cultivator. As the clock strikes midnight, Anlin greets himself a happy birthday. However, mysterious footsteps are heard outside of Anlin's door. A person knocks on his door asking if anybody is there. The candlelights die down and the atmosphere darkens. His light bulb starts to flicker and his clock goes crazy. Anlin's television randomly turns itself on as an announcement comes forth. As mentioned previously, at the strike of midnight, a mysterious person bursts in through the door, causing bizarre disappearances of promising young men. Anlin tries to fight the mysterious person by getting his evil warding spell and uses a skill called Spiritual Eyes to see through everything around him, which amazes the mysterious person behind the door. Anlin then tries to call somebody for help, but well, he was unable to do so. Finally, the mysterious old man reveals himself to be an old man surrounded by a gleaming light. Wait, what? Anyway, Anlin asks the old man who he is, but before he can answer, they both disappear into the light. Anlin is then teleported into Lin to accept the circumstances as he will be sent to cultivate in the spiritual world. The old man activates the war deity system, but Anlin is too overwhelmed with what is going on. The old man tells him that a feel-good male protagonist who gets a cheat does not need an introduction. The war deity system finishes fusing with Anlin, and of course, the old man hands over a recommendation letter to Anlin, saying that with the letter, Anlin can study cultivation at Juzua Top Magic Academy in the spiritual world. The old man bids farewell to Anlin without answering his question of why he chose him. A flying ball goes out of Anlin's pocket and introduces itself as a system spirit responsible for guiding novices and is only visible to Anlin. A light starts to shine in front of Anlin, to which the system spirit tells him that there is a human cultivator trapped within the teleportation space channel. Anlin helps a human cultivator by absorbing the energy of the light, which brings forth a beautiful young girl, and the system spirit gifts Anlin a randomly decided set of skin to enhance his image. The young girl introduces herself as Shu Xiaolan from the Vermilion Bird Sect. Xiaolan is surprised to know that Anlin is from the Hanchu Kingdom in the mortal world. After introducing each other, both of them arrived into the Jiuzhu Top Magic Academy. The Academy is a continent floating in the sky, created by heavenly alliances, and at the Academy, they both encounter a ceremony designed to test their students and decide their class. The students' classes will be decided by the lustrous divine monolith, which is also the continent's source of energy. The first student who went under the test was Wei Ji, and he is already in the 9th stage upon enrollment. Wei Ji is placed at Class 1, the next student, Xuan Yuan Cheng, hands over a True Deity's recommendation letter. Xuan Yuan is already at the spiritual nurturing level, which places him at Class 1 as well. Xu Xiaolan comes next, and she is at the upper 9th stage, which is pretty good, so she's Class 1. Anlin, however, comes as the next student to be tested, and he is feeling anxious as he has never cultivated before. Anlin hands over a True Deity's recommendation, which surprises everyone, and the instructors introduce themselves before Anlin. Miss Yu Ying is a magic instructor, and Mr. Ming Yuan is a numerology instructor. Mr. Ming Yuan predicts that Anlin will bring forth miracles that will shock the spiritual world, which heats up the crowd. The other students start cheering for Anlin, and Anlin himself starts getting super confident, naming himself the male protagonist of the system, and yeah bro, you actually are the protagonist. Anlin touches a lustral divine monolith confidently, only to discover that he is at the 0 stage, obtaining the worst level in 100,000 years. However, for this reason, he was still placed at Class 1, and it infuriated a lot of the students around him. The next student is Liu Daobao, and he obtains the lower 3rd stage, but he places at Class 100th. Wei Ji tries to challenge Anlin because of how unfair they are, but Xiaolan takes Anlin and runs away with him immediately. Anlin explores the system spirit and learns that he can actually level up by completing quests, and to level up to the 1st stage, he just needs to do 10 push-ups, and yeah, that's pretty easy for me. Well, for him as well, I guess. He completes 10 push-ups and immediately levels up. He immediately feels his body get stronger, and he completed 20 push-ups and leveled up to the 2nd stage. His next quest was to push up 100 times to upgrade to the 3rd stage, which he completes instantly. However, he needs to complete 10 billion push-ups to proceed to the 4th stage, and the system spirit hints Anlin to take advice from Xiaolan from now on. Anlin goes out of his dormitory, but he's actually followed by a strange man, and Anlin dodges the man's attack just in time. The man continued to attack Anlin, but Anlin was able to dodge everything. Anlin then proceeds to attack the man and succeeds in revealing his face, which looks like Liu Daobao. Liu Daobao brings out a talisman, and the system spirit warns Anlin that he will not be able to dodge his attack nor run. Xiaolan arrives in time to help Anlin break the talisman. On the other side of the dormitory, there seems to be an authentic Liu Daobao asking Anlin to come out of his room. And of course, well, the fake Liu Daobao immediately tries to attack Xiaolan, but Anlin blocks the attack. Anlin successfully uses the Heavenly Gateway to make the fake Liu Daobao retreat, but wears out his body. Anlin and Xiaolan arrive at the Magic Academy together for their classes. Anlin uses his spiritual eyes to see through every student around him, finding out everybody is talking ill about him, and they actually hate him. For the first class, the instructor Elder Chang Qing appears to be a branch of a tree, which surprises Anlin, and Xiaolan informs Anlin that apart from him and Xuan Yuan, there is a third person in the class who has received a true deity's recommendation and is at the spirit nurturing level. In their first class, Elder Chang Qing just introduced himself, which makes Anlin bolt out at Xiaolan, only to notice that everyone around him is actually cultivating. Their next class, which is swordsmanship class, has an instructor named Ling Xiao, who appears to be a sword. What the heck is going on? And that surprises Anlin once again. And yeah, I would be surprised too. Ling Xiao tells his class that he is currently fighting at the front line of Stone Dragon Island, which is why he just sent back an iron sword. Anlin once again notices that even if their instructor asks them nothing, everybody around them is cultivating. His next class's instructors were Fire, Hammer, which continued to stupefy Anlin. However, their next class instructor was Miss Yu Ying, and their subject is about the mortal world, which earns Anlin the title of class representative. However, in their class, all Miss Yu Ying did was give everybody a cell phone and play throughout the class because it's what the mortal world is about and they might not know anything. He looks at everybody and of course sees everybody enjoying their phones. The next class is Mr. Ming Yuan, who teaches numerology. However, to understand, of course, karma and time, all they need to do in class is sleep. Wait, what? I love this class. Sign me up for this class right now. And Mr. Mang Yuan casts a spell on everybody and they instantly fall asleep. Before Anlin completely falls asleep, Mr. Ming Yuan gives him a warning about a bloodbath waiting for him. In his dream, Anlin is being called by a girl, Titan Anlin, and Anlin wakes up in the middle of class, of course, in Miss Yu Ying's magic class. Miss Yu Ying wants to hold a sparring session in her class, and Miss Yu Ying calls the magic class representative, Xuan Yuan, and invites him over in front since he knows all the 5 elements. Miss Yu Ying then calls Anlin to spar with Xuan Yuan, which makes Anlin remember Mr. Ming Yuan's warning that he has a bloodbath waiting for him. Xiaolan disagrees with Miss Yu Ying's idea since Anlin and Xuan Yuan have a wide level gap. And since, of course, Miss Yu Ying does not want Xiaolan to substitute for Anlin as Xuan Yu's sparring partner, Xiaolan attacked Xuan Yuan on her own, what the heck, to which Xuan Yuan quickly blocked. However, Xiaolan persisted in fighting Xuan Yuan, and Xuan Yuan tries to persuade Xiaolan to stop because his enemy is supposed to be Anlin, which led to Xuan Yuan using absolute spirit formation, creating a huge barrier around him that stops any attacks. Using his spiritual eyes, Anlin was able to see the weak point of Xuan Yuan's barrier. As Xuan Yuan was about to finish the spar, Anlin came to Xiaolan's rescue and once again used Heavenly Gateway. Anlin sends a punch onto the weak point of Xuan Yuan's barrier, to which Xuan Yuan did not actually recognize this, and he was able to break Xuan Yuan's bind, making him realize that Anlin saw through the weakness of his barrier. Anlin was able to upgrade to 4th level amidst the battle, which surprised everyone. And Xuan Yuan concedes defeat and impressed with Anlin. For the upcoming Battle for Freedom, which is the Academy's annual real battle and survival competition, the system's spirit informs Anlin that he must be at least top 50 to receive either spiritual weapons or magical tools, and if he fails to do so, he shall be transformed into a girl. He's going to be transformed into a girl for a year? What the heck is this? Anyway, Anlin upgrades to 7th stage as he absorbs all 130 spiritual stones Xuan Yuan gave him, and on the ranking board for Battle of Freedom, Anlin's current capabilities rank at 20 29,653rd, and he needs to be within the top 50. Because of so much hate thrown towards him, Anlin loses confidence to even complete the quest, which is why he asks both Xiao Luan and Xuan Yuan if they are okay with having him as her girl best friend, and this is going to be hilarious. The system spirit tells Anlin that if he wants to level up to the 8th stage, he should defeat one person in the 9th stage or higher. Technical skills wise, if he wants to earn a deity level magic called Mountain Quaking Fist, he needs the essence of the mountain. If he completes these quests, his strength ranking will rise to 4,653rd, and Anlin asks Xiaolan to help him obtain essence of the mountain, to which of course he agrees to help him. Anlin then asks Xuan Yuan to pretend to lose to him for him to level up to the 8th stage, but of course he just refuses. During class, Anlin yet asks Xiaolan for another favor, to help him gather information about the rankings of the Battle of Freedom from the previous years. Anlin asks Xuan Yuan to pretend to lose to him again, to which Xuan Yuan finally agrees. Xuan Yuan tells Anlin that for him to defeat him, he will tell Anlin his weakness. However, Anlin felt guilty to do this since a cultivator's weakness should be the most vital secret. Anlin then goes to Xiaolan to ask her for permission to do a sneak attack on her. However, Xiaolan misunderstands the vibe and thinks Anlin wants to confess to her but can't find enough courage to say so. That's why Xiaolan just agrees to whatever he is saying, including the sneak attack. At night, Xuanyuan teaches Anlin how to do a sneak attack on Xiaolan, and the following day, Anlin did a sneak attack on Xiaolan, which makes her tear up because she thought that he was confessing, and bro, she was definitely having some thoughts in her head. Xiaolan's tears distracted Anlin, making him slip up and touch Xiaolan's chest, and oh my gosh, this made her cry and extremely upset. At night though, Anlin experiences diarrhea and the system spirit informs him that it is because of the essence of the mountain, and that's the effect, and it is cleansing his body. That's definitely a pretty interesting way of cleansing. Additionally, the cleansing or the diarrhea shall continue for 12 days before its completion, and the sun has risen and Anlin is still on the toilet, but the system's progress is only at 3%. What the heck? Meanwhile, Xiaolan spent the night waiting for Anlin to find a time to apologize to her. Anlin is missing his classes, which makes everybody gossip and spread rumors about him. Xuanyuan visits Anlin, thinking Anlin is just being a coward and can't face Xiaolan. However, Anlin tells Xuanyuan that he is experiencing some kind of blockage through the door. Therefore, Xuanyuan stayed right outside Anlin's dorm room and chanted a heart sutra for Anlin, thinking it was his inner demon. Xuanyuan's chant made Anlin's cultivation and diarrhea speed up a lot of times faster, and this made him feel a bit crazy. And the system spirit informed Anlin that with the help of Xuanyuan's chant, he will be able to finish cultivating way quicker. Xuanyuan then tells him that he will stop for now, but Anlin tells him to do it even more and do it every single day, which makes him think that Anlin does not want him to go at all. Therefore, he continued chanting the same day, making Anlin feel like dying from so much diarrhea and cultivating. And what the heck, this is a really funny anime scene. The day of the Battle of Freedom arrives and Anlin's cultivation is only up to 97%. A huge dog named Dabai sniffs Anlin's condition and tries to make him feel better. Soon, the eldest elder, Yuhua, arrives to finally commence the start of the Battle of Freedom, and Elder Yu Ying and Ming Yuan will be in charge of the battle scores. The battle strength and total contribution will decide the students' ranking in the battle for freedom. Elder Yuhua casted a golden light to all of the students for protection, and once it is broken, they'll be sent out of the arena. After the opening ceremony, Elder Yuhua transport all of them to the arena, and not a minute has passed, but Xuanyuan and Su Su have already sent a lot of students outside the arena by breaking their golden light and defeating them. Meanwhile, Liu Daobao was scared, thinking Anlin was about to attack him. He pleads with Anlin not to take him out yet, since he still has a bigger mission. Anlin, however, he just wants to speak to Liu Daobao for toilet paper. He wants to speak to him for toilet paper because he is not yet finished with the cleansing cultivation, and cleansing cultivation is such a great way to put it. Anlin found a place to finish his cultivation, however a fellow student found him. Soon, a group of students find both of them, and all of them want to take out Anlin for their reasons. Anlin tries to play mind tricks on them by asking them to fight each other first, and he will fight the only one who wins. And while fighting, Anlin finishes his cultivation and takes out the group at once by using his new deity level magic skill called Mountain Quaking Fist, and wow, these guys really are just fools. Anlin's new quest to level up consists consists of his reaching the Black Rock Peak, which only spirit nurturing level students can do, and taking out 10 spirit nurturing level students. Well, that's pretty much how you do it. Liu Daobao finds Anlin and asks him for help. He teleports Anlin into a hidden place where around 291 students of Class 100 are hiding. They are hiding to avoid being taken advantage of by those who are way stronger than them, since Class 100 is weaker as well. Class 100 agrees to give all the points to Anlin since they believe he is kind. Let's go. That's definitely what you get for being kind, bro. Anlin takes out all of them gently and rises up to rank 7,882nd. And while hiding, the system spirit warns Anlin that a spirit nurturing level student is nearby. Anlin recognizes the student as a former second placer in the battle for freedom. The girl turns out to be Lu Qianhuan, who is also known as the #1 deity of destruction. Liu recognizes Anlin to be a descendant from the mortal world, and she asks him to play a game with him. Hold up. And Liu asks Anlin to play a cell phone game with her called League of Immortal and, I thought it was going to be League of Legends. But anyway, Liu threatens Anlin that if they do not play the game, they should just fight. And of course, Anlin agreed to play with her. However, Liu wants to test Anlin first if he is fit to be the type of man he wants to play with. Liu sets a timer and asks 20 questions about the mortals to Anlin. Few moments after their Q&A, they are already on the 15th question and seem to be getting along well. Liu finally agrees to play with Anlin. However, Liu wants a place where no one could bother them. Anlin suggests they go to Black Rock Peak, and upon arriving at the Black Rock Peak, a student, whom Liu recognizes to be only an 8th stage student, talks to Anlin and tells him that he has been long awaiting for Anlin. The man called Chen Chen disappears, and Liu forgets about his existence. Meanwhile, in the arena, Xiaolan and Dabai are fighting with Wei Ji, who found out that both of them were trying to protect Anlin. Xiaolan and Dabai are forced to retreat after knowing that Wei Ji has the disciples of the sect behind him. Back at the Black Rock Peak, Anlin has defeated Liu at the game easily, and Liu takes out her laptop to code some upgrades for the game. After playing again, Anlin realized that the upgrade Liu told him was some cheating for her. The sun has risen and Anlin had finished absorbing the Earth's energy in the Black Rock Peak, and Liu has noticed the aura around him and thought that all the time they were together, Anlin was lying to her. Anlin explains that he was just practicing, but Liu doubts it because they were playing games. Anlin finally tells Liu that he wants to ambush her, and Liu feels betrayed because he treated An like her first friend. Anlin asks Liu angrily why she can't believe him. Liu's cultivation wavers because of Anlin's sincere words. The system spirit tells Anlin to attack Liu while she is still in a vulnerable state. As much as Anlin didn't want to do it, he couldn't stop the Earth's energy that he is absorbing, well, from bursting. Liu fights back by swinging an attack to Anlin, but Anlin tells Liu that he didn't want to attack her, which Liu confirms as the truth. Liu then questions how Anlin was able to learn such powerful magic skills while they were playing, and Liu beats up Anlin for actually telling her the truth. The system spirit tells Anlin that he can transfer the Earth Divine Lotus Art to Liu to help her digest the essence he made her eat. Liu immediately feels better after this transfer, and Liu gives Anlin her headband as a protection against the spirit nurturing level students. Anlin finally goes down the Black Rock Peak, and the system spirit informs him that he has only 47 hours before the battle for freedom ends, and currently 20,056 people are remaining in the arena. As Anlin was flying down, he encountered a strong attack. It turns out to be Wang Xuanxuan, and the student who ranked first in the entire school. Of course, Wang Xuanxuan mistakes Anlin for Chen Chen, the mysterious 8th stage level student at the Black Rock Peak who disappeared. Dabai has been captured by a group of students, and Xiaolan goes to his rescue. However, Xiaoluan is followed by Wei Ji, who tries attacking her. Dabai introduces himself as a son of Bai Xian, the third in command of the Divine Beast sect, and Wei Ji continues to fight with Xiaolan, but it seems like she continues to insult Wei Ji by saying he will never be able to surpass Anlin, and dang, she really is on our boy's side. Anlin comes to the rescue for both Xiaolan and Dabai, and he is followed by Wang Xuanxuan, who does aerial damage, taking out a lot of students. Chen Chen, however, is unscathed by Xuanxuan's attacks, and Anlin, Xiaolan, and Dabai are protected by Liu's headband. Because of Xuan Zuan's attack, only 132 people are remaining in the arena. Oh my gosh, this dude just took out like 19,000. That's crazy. And Anlin becomes upset because of how damaged Dabai is, making him attack everybody in the group using his new skill and take them out. Anlin proceeds to take Wei Jie out too after finding out that he is one of the persons that put a bounty on his head, and upon taking out a large group, Anlin has already leveled up to the 9th stage. Our boy really is solo leveling. And Xuan Zuan continues to threaten to attack everyone, but Su Su and Xuan Yuan arrive to stop him. However, Xuan Zuan easily breaks through both of their binding skills, and Su Su tries to fight and distract Xuan Zuan, while Xuan Yuan calls out to every student in the arena to help him both, and Su Su to deploy the Thousand Spirits Yin Yang major formation by raising all of their hands in the sky to use their spiritual power to link with the formation. The collaborative attack finally weakens Xuan Zuan, and he is dejected after being rejected by Su Su, and therefore leaving him to take her out of the battle. Xuan Zuan attacks Xuan Yuan yet. Of course, although Xuan Yuan's defense are strong, he still gets taken out by Xuan Zuan. And guys, this is a lot of Xuan and Zuans, but hey, hopefully I don't mess them up. An incoming attack by Xuan Zuan was about to hit Anlin and his friends, but Chen Chen arrives to stop the attack with a single finger, and Chen Chen asks Anlin if he has yet learned that skill. Chen Chen bids farewell to Anlin as he tells him that he should learn that skill and find him later for answers. The system spirit informs Anlin that only him, Xuan Zuan, Liu, Xiaolan, and Dabai are remaining in the arena. Anlin's chance to get in the top 50 decreased to 0.0001% since his battle points are not enough and there are only 5 of them remaining. However, if he defeats Xuan Zuan, he can still complete the quest because the points he'll earn will make him the 2nd rank in the entire school. Anlin calls out to Xuan Zuan from above and gently sends Xiaolan back to school. The system spirit warns Anlin that the incoming attack poses a life-threatening risk. Anlin then sends Daibai back to school as well. Anlin tries to use Mountain Quaking Fist to stop Xuan Zuan's attack, but is easily defeated. Anlin remembers Chen Chen's skill and immediately puts it to use, which not only stops Xuan Zuan's attack, but also completely sends back Xuan Zuan to the academy, making Anlin win the battle for freedom. And the elders announce that Xuan Yuan, Xiaolan, and Anlin will be sent to the mortal world temporarily for next month. After the heaven-splitting finger attack, Anlin is unconscious for 10 days, and additionally, it made the other students look up to him as the strongest student. Anlin received a lot of magical tools and weapons after completing various quests. 1 month after the battle for freedom, the eldest elder Yu Hua announces that the Demon King in the mortal world has escaped, and therefore, hand-picked outstanding students will be sent to the mortal world to track down the demon and restore the demon-suppressing pagoda. Wei Jie, of course, becomes upset after learning that Anlin steals his spot as a divine messenger, and Anlin, Xiaolan, and Xuan Yuan are sent to the mortal world for special tasks to represent the spiritual world. And by the way, pagoda just means like a tower of some sorts. Liu arrives, which makes Wei Jie thinks that she will stop Anlin. However, she announces that she and Anlin have decided to form the first esports club in the spiritual world to play games, and yeah, what an awesome duo. Xuan Zuan informs Wei Jie that if he was the one to go who descended to the mortal world, he would die. It is equally dangerous if Anlin were to go, however, it was heaven's will to descend Anlin to the mortal world. Anlin, Xuan Yuan, and Xiaolan arrive at the boundary between the mortal and spiritual worlds. Dabai, Su Su, and Liu bid farewell to the 3 of them. Xiaolan remembers that Mr. Ming Yuan told her about Anlin's journey, which is filled with unavoidable deaths and dangers. Xuan Yuan performs a cultivation magic skill to transport them to the mortal world, but suddenly, huge pink tentacles grab Anlin. Xiaolan grabs Anlin's feet to be able to go with him, but Anlin is unconscious now. The system spirit electrifies Anlin to wake him up, and as soon as he wakes up, he finds himself flying in the sky, with Xiaolan of course. Anlin and Xiaolan fall on the outskirts of the Hanxiu kingdom, followed by Xuan Yuan, and Xuan Yuan immediately treats Anlin's injuries. A strange girl on top of a huge plane arrives and asks them if they are the divine messengers. The girl, who introduces herself as Tian Ling Ling, an alliance of cultivation investigator, contacts the headquarters to inform them of the arrival of the 3. The 3 arrive with Tian Ling Ling at the headquarters. Tian questions why a mere 9th stage student acts as her leader, which upsets Xiaolan and points her sword at them. Tian and Xiaolan start fighting with each other, and the system spirit informs Anlin that he can use the almighty technique to suppress both of the girls' souls and stop the fight. As they are about to fight and go at it, Xuan Yuan's random interference distracts them and makes Tian blush. Oh, our boy got that riz. And Xuan Yuan tries to stop both of them with calm words. The huge plane opens up and leads them to the headquarters. Tian reports to the president of the Alliance of Cultivation in the Hanzhou Kingdom, Yuan. Yuan is an Anlin's idol back when he was still in the mortal world, as she is considered to be the prettiest female cultivator in the kingdom. The 8 cultivation experts gather into the headquarters as they will head out for a special combat mission, and Tian Shigu, the deacon of the Alliance of Cultivation, informs them that the demon-suppressing pagoda has been restored. They have gathered there to send back the 3 to the spiritual world, as the cultivation experts have already risked their lives to complete the mission for the 3 of them. Tian Shiguo explained that he had repeatedly asked Ming Yuan to send them earlier, but Ming Yuan told him the time had not yet come, forcing them to shoulder the risks on their own and take action. Yuan tells Anlin to tell the Heavenly Alliance to stop sending cultivators from the spiritual world, and seconds after the discussion, the headquarters declared an alert as Blood Clan warriors were spotted at all 4 major war zones at the front line, all leveled blood deity. Yuan depicts that the Blood Clan and Demon Cult have joined hands, oh gosh, and Xuan Yuan insists that they fight with them. However, this angers Tian Shiguo, saying that they only have one mission, and that is to go back to the spiritual world. I know, sorry, that was my alarm. But anyway, Tian Shiguo tries to attack them to force them out, but Xuan Yuan forms a strong barrier to protect them. Xuan Yuan invites Tia Shigu to spar with him, with the deal that if he wins, they will let the 3 of them join the battle. Oh gosh. The system spirit advises Anlin to launch a surprise attack later on, while they're underestimating them. Tian Lingling fights with Anlin, but is defeated by her speed. However, they are surprised that Anlin has the upper hand now. Suddenly, all of Lingling's attacks cannot reach Anlin, and Anlin finishes a spar by attacking Linglin with Mountain Quaking Fist, but Tian Shigu tries to stop it. However, Anlin uses the crybaby technique on him, which makes him remember his memories, and yeah, he starts to cry. Yuan tests Anlin once again, but succeeds, which makes the 3 of them have to stay. Both Lingling and Anlin were sent to the battlefield together to investigate the enemy's numbers, features, as well as their strength. The blood deities made their move by sending out soul-devouring mist, and the system advised Anlin that through Earth Divine Lotus Art, he could dispel the toxicity in the mist, and through Divine Insight, he could see through it as well. Lingling sends out a report at the headquarters that 1 top-tier spiritual nurturing level demon deity with thunder attribute and 1 top-tier spiritual nurturing level blood deity has been identified, asking them to send reinforcements. Anlin refused to leave the battlefield yet. He used his divine insight to see through the mist and inform Lingling the number of enemies she reported was wrong. The mist reaches them, and Anlin uses a technique to temporarily stop it. Anlin went inside of the mist to check the enemies, but came back right after then and told Anlin to retreat because there was 4 spirit nurturing level blood deities and 1 with a thunder attribute. And by the way, thunder is definitely overpowered. To buy some time, Anlin used his cry and diarrhea technique on them. The floor blood deities are crying because of Anlin's crybaby technique. This is just so OP, and they are about to attack Anlin after he pokes through their mist and talks to them casually, but he casted his crybaby technique on them. Meanwhile, back at the headquarters, Tian Shiguo does not want to permit Xuan Yuan and Xiaolan to go as reinforcements. Xiaolan convinces Xuan Yuan to help her because she thinks Anlin is in danger, and Xuan Yuan helps Xiaolan fight back the 2 experts who they failed to help the 2. As soon as Xuan Yuan and Xiaolan disappear, a warning alerts the headquarters saying that the Black Feathers has invaded them. Yuan wants to report this to the Heavenly Alliance, and Black Feathers invaded the inside of the headquarters and attacked all of them through a powerful black smoke. Black Feathers reveals her body to them and quickly takes out Yuan. On the other hand, the floor blood deities are slowly going back to normal. Xuan Yuan and Xiaolan arrive at Anlin and Lingling's location. Lingling's phone rings, and it was the headquarters asking for backup. Additionally, they've also lost contact with the headquarters. While discussing their plans, one of the 4 blood deities suddenly attacks our boy Anlin, and Xuan Yuan came to the rescue but was blocked by the same blood deity. Xuan Yuan quickly defeated one of the deities, and of course, more came, well, to attack him and seek revenge. Meanwhile, Xiao Luan notices something. He notices that one of the blood deity is just watching from afar, and the blood deity summoned a thunder attack, and Xiaolan didn't make it in time to save him. Ling Ling tries to attack the Thunder Deity, but is quickly defeated. Xuan Yuan came back, attacked the Thunder Deity, and gained the upper hand. Xiaolan then fights with another Blood Deity to save Anlin. However, the Blood Deity was able to take Anlin and bite off his neck. What the heck? And while unconscious, Anlin performs a mighty technique which induces injury to all of the Blood Deities, and he defeated them all at once. What the heck? That is OP. However, Black Feathers comes just in time to kidnap him. At Black Feathers' location, there goes the alliance members she kidnapped. The system spirit wakes up Anlin and provides a cheat code for him to survive the crisis. The spirit shows Anlin a ring Liu gave him, and Anlin proceeds to chant the spell magic. The ultimate flash from Anlin and Liu's deity level magic surpasses the whole realm of Black Feathers, oh my gosh, and it actually goes outside of it. Inside the light is a shadow of Liu carrying Anlin's body, and Liu goes out of Black Feathers' realm and defeats every one of them and every one of the 4 blood deities. Right after defeating them, she brings everybody inside the realm. An intense fight starts between Black Feathers and Liu. Liu was able to cut off one of the Black Feathers' wings to test if she will regenerate, which she did not because she feared inducing a calamity in both realms. Black Feathers performs Dark Abyssal Blood Essence, which activates all 10 cultivation energies of Spirit Nurturing level cultivators, and it reveals a divine weapon that is willed to eliminate Anlin. The system alerts Anlin that the sword Black Feathers wields can shatter laws and kill the system, and the second divine weapon Black Feathers possesses is a level-destroying nail, which immediately pierces Anlin. Black Feathers then stabs our boy's hand with the sword, which breaks through his veins. However, his friends quickly try to rescue him. Upon going up close, they all lose their energy. Black Feathers then pulls out the third heavenly weapon and passes out, but before losing her consciousness, Black Feathers tells them that at dawn, the large formulation of the third divine weapon will release all the spiritual energy it has absorbed from the world, powerful enough to destroy even the stars. Black Feathers says that she needs to eliminate Anlin because the deity said to eliminate those who did not belong to this world, and the system alerts Anlin to choose if he wants to exchange a fifth of his life for absolute power, which of course Anlin agrees to do so. However, the system, showing its true form, disagrees with Anlin's choice, and the system then brings Anlin to the world inside his body and energy. The evil vanquishing sword is severing his connection with the system spirit, and in that process, it will be painful for both of them. A fairy-looking person comes out of the system spirit's body and tells Anlin not to come near her, because he will be caught in this calamity. All of Anlin's friends gradually get weaker to even save him, and the system spirit tells Anlin that she is actually from another dimension, the world where she lost him. She introduces herself as Tina, his spirit, and Tina tells Anlin that during a heavenly calamity shortly, they lost everything, and Tina lost Anlin. Wanting to change fate, Tina used everything in her power, including transforming into the system spirit, and the universe is slowly removing all traces Tina has left behind, even Anlin's memories of her. Anlin fights through his despair and hugs Tina, asking her not to leave, and Anlin used the heavenly splitting finger once again to stop this calamity. Anlin uses, of course, his almighty technique to subdue the weapons first, and using his technique, the 3 divine weapons quickly acknowledged him. Next, Anlin uses his level-destroying nail to destroy the large formation, and lastly, with his sword, he then stops the calamity. Tina issues a final mission to Anlin, which is to go to the Kingdom of Spirits and find her in that timeline. In the Stone Dragon Island, the Divine Bat Lord informs Zichen, the Star Emperor, that the Heavenly Alliance will no longer control the Stone Dragon Island, as the Divine Bat Lord has already ascended into a true deity, and therefore the Divine Bat Clan challenges the Heavenly Alliance. The Divine Bat Lord informs Zichen that the evil vanquishing sword has been retrieved by the Black Feathers clan. A report in the Heavenly Alliance comes, and it says that the Black Feathers clan, Demonic Beast clan, and the Blood clan have invaded multiple locations in the mortal realm at the same time. Zichen and the Divine Bat Lord start an intense fight, but Xiao Yu, a former member of the Heavenly Alliance before she was banished, interferes with the war between the 2 deities. The Divine Bat Lord is tasked by an unknown deity to seal off the Stone Dragon Island while Zichen is temporarily gone, and eliminate all the top Magic Academy students who will come at the Stone Dragon Island. Anlin then wakes up from repeated calls from Liu, asking to play with her before he goes to the Stone Dragon Island. Anlin then reminisces Tina and starts to cry. At the academy, all the students will gather at the White Jade Plaza and fly to Stone Dragon Island on a sword, and Anlin then goes out to play games with Liu. Liu gives Anlin another ring of Zumi in case something happens to him, and after trying to give his friends a magical robe but keeps getting rejected every time, Anlin tries once again to sincerely give it to Xiaoluan. Xiaoluan finally accepts it. Let's go, guys, and of course wears it. However, Xiaoluan makes a breakthrough while wearing it, and Xiaoluan is finally ascended to the spirit nurturing level. The class goes to Stone Dragon Island to witness a war between two deities in 3 days, but Anlin and Xiaoluan are both late. Anlin and Xiaoluan try to catch up with the class, but Xiaoluan's wings suddenly become hard to control, and before going to the Stone Dragon Island, Mr. Ming Yuan tried to go into Stone Dragon Island instead of Miss Yu Yang since he saw that there was a terrible danger waiting for them there. Miss Yu Ying remembers this on their way to the Stone Dragon Island, which is why she purposely left Anlin and Xiaoluan behind. The two of them were about to give up catching up to the class, but then they encounter Shan Zuan, who gives them a speedy boost to catch up to their classmates. Miss Yu Ying encourages her class to lend help to Anlin and Xiaoluan, even after knowing that there's a great danger that awaits them. Xuan Yuan led the assistance for Anlin and Xiaoluan to catch up to them. Anlin uses a bit of his technique to finally catch up to their plane, and at the Stone Dragon Island, the Divine Bat Lord is getting his clan ready as well to attack the human cultivators. And after some lessons about histories of wars and mortals, the class will soon be arriving at the Stone Dragon Island. The Divine Batlord just finished absorbing energy and now claims to feel the power of heaven by being able to see every blade of grass across the millions of miles of domain. In Stone Dragon Island, of course. The Divine Batlord is now the first lord in 1,000,000 years who could control the supreme power of heaven. Miss Yu Ying informs her student that once they reach the Stone Dragon Island, they will proceed with an outdoor survival activity that lasts 1 day and 1 night, which surprises the students since they thought they weren't fighting. They appointed 4 team leaders, of course Xuan Yuan, Su Xiu, Xiaoluan, and Wei Ji. However, Anlin will be solo in the survival activity. The group will be graded based on the number of enemies killed and the level of the enemy. Since Anlin will have no team, he gets off the plane first. Anlin then checks if there are quests to upgrade to spiritual nurturing level. He must learn the divine wind art to level up. However, learning the skill has its requisites as well. First, jump off the peak of a high mountain. Anlin was able to go to the high mountain he saw, but the heaven and earth got isolated by the Divine Batlord, sealing the whole Stone Dragon Island. The Divine Batlord attacks the whole class, which makes them lose their foundation and energy. They quickly head back to the Ding An Island, and Anlin uses his divine insight to see through the enemy, and finds out that the enemy is in a Dao assimilation level. The enemy is from the Demon Clan, a bat species, of course, and has the incarnation of heavenly spatial authority as his weapon. The Divine Batlord, being the new emperor of the island, commands every living creature to show themselves to him. Miss Yu Ying's class is still affected by Divine Batlord's attacks, but of course, they are saved by Miss Yu Ying from falling. Miss Yu Ying asks Xuan Yuan, Su Xiu, and Xiaoluan and Wei Ji to form the defense formation at Ding An Island with her. The seal activates and the Divine Batlord's electro wave attacks could not enter it anymore. The ancient beasts attack Anlin, and soon the ancient beasts find their way up to the Ding An Island, which makes the students lose their energy. The ancient beasts are slowly destroying the barrier, and the students cannot hold out anymore. Miss Yu Ying cultivates with more spiritual energy to hold the barrier that wears her out. Xuan Yuan helps her out by releasing all his weapons that his classmates can use, and it ends with a cliffhanger where Anlin bravely faces the thousands of ancient beasts, and our boy is probably going to wreck them. Hey guys, what's up? It is Naruhai. Make sure to comment down the word system if you made it all the way till the end, and make sure to let me know what you guys thought of this anime. I hope you guys have a great day, and without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next recap. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.